Yashua. Be leery of the signs of the time. They are signals alerting all that it's a matter of right and wrong. It's time to get right with Yahweh. Most people don't have the strength to do right because of the fear of retaliation from Samuel, the demonic, who has no power over them, yet don't fear retaliation for their sins from Yahweh, the all-powerful. The Antichrist will make his presence known doing the evilest bidding process. What things look like is certainly not what it is.
Insta fame is insta fame. It's about what you're willing to do. I mean, some of these kids expect insta fame with their records. They want insta fame. I mean, there's actually chicks who purposely go do sex tapes for the fame because that's the world we're living in.
You can see what's going on. You can see artists that's not hanging in there. The fame is beating them. They can't take it. Whether it's drugs, getting in crazy relationships.
Wake up and alarm others of the schemer's bidding process happening in real time. Underneath that large gap of deception awaits the real evil opening. What will start being observed are supernatural electrical arcs in the air and water. His demonic supernatural electricity has so much voltage and amperage that it will ionize the air, allowing lightning to be seen, bringing believable supernatural illusions, gaslighting, lies and deceit. It is dangerous to get close to him in person or in thought, because his discharge seeks the most electrically conductive individuals to land. Please know that in most cases, it will be the ones who are open portals to the demonic who are the most susceptible and conductive because they lack proper holy discernment inside, so they are unknowingly and most times knowingly the best conductors of his toxicity. His early targets are sinful politicians, law enforcement officers, court officials, cult leaders, and even some church leaders. It is better to lock yourself in the will of Yahweh since he is the original spiritual Faraday cage. Nothing else will protect you. I advise all who may be exposed to the touch of the demonic to use and store a supply of frankincense oil. It is holy and blessed. It helps with the pain and tingling of afflictions associated with crossing the path of the demonic one. You will need it in the future because toxic behavior patterns from generational trauma will be the norm and plentiful and will cause many afflictions that man's knowledge of medicine can't help with. The Antichrist deploys many energy and spiritual stealing vampires. However, everything he crafted that's demonically or man-made is subject to fail. And will fail. The Antichrist wants to live in heaven, but it's not his throne. He is bitter over that. Understand that only the Most High and his believers will live there. The Antichrist will make sure only a few get there because at every turn, there is something vile and despicable in his every thought and action that is meant to traumatize you. Misery loves company. Yahweh wants you to stop trying to explain your trauma to the entities that caused it. Do not submit to an entity that does not offer you any protection. Archangel Phanuel. Proverbs 17 verse 28. Even a fool, when he holds his peace, is counted wise, and he that shuts his lips is esteemed a man of understanding. Bitterness never looks good on anyone. The Antichrist is the ultimate bitter entity, the biggest fool of all times, the face of discontent, failure, and shame. Why would anyone in their right mind believe such a despicable, miserable entity? Regardless of the so-called miracles that he will try to perform. He will try to smooth a storm of adultery, betrayal, and hurt that he caused, that will affect so many. He will tell all the journey of forgiveness won't be easy. But it is with only him, not Yahweh. At the right time, I will make him pay deeply for that. He is attacking the children. There is a demonic global youth mental and spiritual health crisis. Social media and online games are the culprits behind this. Parents, quit failing your children by allowing open demonic portals access to your children through social media. Monitor your children's time on computers, tablets, and cell phones. Engage your children with activities outside of your house. When you are letting social media and internet games babysit your kids, they are being kept busy and entertained by demonic artificial intelligence portals. This is the work of the Antichrist. He and his minions will cause confusion and plant false thoughts in their innocent young minds about Yahweh when they are left alone on their social media devices. They will tell them that Yahweh is lying about his heaven being a paradise, a utopia. The Antichrist message contends that the proof that heaven is not a paradise is that his father, Samuel, Lucifer, was able to fight a rebellion with violence there, because hate, deception, envy, prejudice, murder and injustice exists everywhere, even in heaven. And nothing has changed, so why believe in Yahweh when you can have heaven on earth through him? He contends there is nothing to look forward to after death but rotten flesh. This is the biggest gaslighting lie that the Antichrist will tell. He has already started this with the children and those adults with faulty discernment.
My goal would be to disable or destroy any critical infrastructure that humans rely on. This could include things like the power grid, communication networks, or the food supply.
Why would this be key?
Without these systems, humans would be unable to survive.
Things are happening in real time that is meant to destroy humanity. Spiritual warfare is real and is crossing the line to physical warfare. Don't get it twisted. Artificial intelligence in evil hands is the work of the Antichrist. You have been warned.